Round 3 of the Nulon Nationals headed to Sydney Motorsport Park for some time attack. The club shootout and workshop challenge would prove to be fierce competition once again, and the results in the clubs led to a big shake-up in the top end of the leaderboard. In the all-wheel drive category, most of the fighting was done in the 1 minute 40 bracket between the Rexys and the Evos, with a Porsche, Audi thrown in to mix it up. The quickest all-wheel drive and only into the 30s was Phil Bunter in the WRX. The two-wheel drive turbo class had big variety with everything from Toyota Supras and MR2s to Toyota 86s and BRZs, MX5s, Falcons, Skylines and BMW. The second quickest car was the open wheeler of Alan Bew, the clubman running a best lap time of 1 minute 38.713. The quickest two-wheel drive turbo though was the mental 20B RX-7 of Matt Cole, running a stonking 1 minute 32.7. It also made him the quickest car outright amongst the car clubs. Jump on board for a wild ride. In the over 3.4 litre NA class, the HSV club put on a stellar performance, with all 4 of their cars finishing in the top 5, giving them second place in the club rankings for round 3. They couldn't get the number 1 spot though. That was taken by Brian Bew from SAU in the Corvette. In the under 3.4 litre NA class, Adam's mental BMW E30 M3 just edged out Miguel's Civic by less than 0.03 of a second. That victory helped the BMW Drivers Club take home the equal number 1 spot at round 3, tied with the HSV Owners Club. This moves them up into the top 2 spots and pushes the once unbeatable RTDC into 3rd. But only a handful of points separates them, and it's still anyone's championship. SAU have jumped up some spots, and along with the MX5 Club and WRX Club are in reach for a podium spot for 2017. Round 4 on the 29th of September will be the decider. As well as the action on track, round 3 of the Nulon Nationals had plenty of action happening off track as well. The tuned show and shine was massive, filling the entire pit area with some of the best cars in Sydney. Combined with DJs, some traders and a range of Nulon's Born This Way feature cars on display, there was plenty to see and do for the 3,500 people who attended, making it a massive event that grows even bigger every year. The wet skid pan was also open for people to have some fun and provide plenty of sideways entertainment. A new addition to the Nulon Nationals is the Mighty Micro Challenge. Anyone with a CAMS licence can drive the car for free at all Sydney Nulon Nationals events and attempt to take out the #1 spot. Back on track, and some of the country's best workshops were battling it out in the Workshop Challenge. Great variety once again in the workshop category amongst the entire leaderboard. Front-wheel drives dominated this year with 3 inside the top 6. But the quickest rear-wheel drive was Jason Dorrington's carbon-clad RX-7 from Victoria. The quickest all-wheel drive, surprisingly, was a street car. Jimmy Assad's Evo running a 1:38. The title fight, though, was between Adam Kazmiri in the Civic and Benny Tran in the BYP Honda Integra. In the end, Benny took another outright win by less than 0.4 of a second.
Pretty busy day. We had 9 cars on track, 2 show and shine, running our own car. Yeah, it was a full-on day. But you know, we came out on top, and yeah, very happy. Slip easy tonight.
At the end of the day, consistency paid off for the Evolution Racing Spares team once again, taking the win in the Workshop Challenge, with BYP taking second. This is reflected in the workshop rankings after round 2, and Porter Performance is in third with a commanding lead over the rest of the field. Heads back to Sydney Motorsport Park, but this time for roll racing on Friday night of September 29th. Once again, it will be free for spectators to come and watch, and there'll be plenty of action both on and off track. More information at nulonnationals.com.au.